Hello. Just before pressing record, I started choking on my own spit. So it's giving someone's choking on their own words, like they maybe are feeling like it's giving being choked up over saying the wrong thing, or it's like being emotionally reactive and saying like really stupid shit because you're pissed off and you didn't mean it. You just wanted to, it's like you or your person just wanted to push the other away because the feelings were too much. But it's giving intense feelings. It means you're in love, okay? So I'm just affirming that the messages are coming out for the highest good for the collective. We have 3 of Cups. You may have been onto something or onto your person of thinking like, oh, there's someone else here and they did whatever they could for you to not find out, but it's giving you found out. It's giving they didn't want to lose you by you finding out, but it's giving what they did to avoid you finding out was way worse, okay? We have 8 of Wands, 2 of Swords. Now they want to come forward with the information that they should have been telling you this whole time. They want to validate you here, okay? Maybe you're on the verge of giving up on the connection, and just when you walk away, or just when you give up or have this feeling of like it's not going to happen, they come forward and you're just like, it's up to you if it's too little too late. That song by JoJo could be significant for you. It's up to you if you truly want this person. Can you handle or work with the mistake that they made and the explanation surrounding it? Do you think, and you're also working with yourself, right? Because whether or not you trust this person is also dependent on how much of a trust issue you have with or without this person. If you don't trust anyone, that's a you problem, not a them problem. They can do everything in their power to try and gain your trust. But if you just generally won't trust anyone, then that's something that like you're giving them an impossible task. The Hanged Man reverse is giving enlightenment or spiritual awakening. This person's maybe needing to learn how to trust the universe. 10 of Wands. Reversed, 6 of Cups, the Chariot. It's giving letting things fall apart so things can fall into place. Whether it's this connection, some sort of connection has to fall apart so that a connection can fall into place, or like healthy separation because the connection needs like some things to fall apart, and this person might take it out on you that maybe they got fired from their job, maybe they got things taken away from them, and it's giving like so that they can, because they weren't going to leave those things. They weren't going to leave a connection. They weren't going to leave their career because it's giving they were stuck, right? So the universe is trying to unstuck them. We have Queen of Swords. We have Knave of Cups. There's an energy here of slowing things down, okay? I think the speed was too much for somebody. 4 of Swords reversed, 5 of Coins. Someone has their guard up is what I'm hearing too, and they realize that I think someone was only considering themselves in the connection and how quickly they wanted to move. And then it's just giving like, if someone was moving too slow or too fast, it's just like it's not necessarily that they're not your person. It's just that it's like being considerate. Like it's giving they are your person if you've been validated in your body, but maybe on an ego level, a lot of things seem invalidating. It's giving divine timing, like you'll know when the time is right for something, because it will just happen. You'll get, like, you'll just get this urge, like, to reach out. And it will be an urge that you can't put down. Like, it keeps coming up. Don't do anything impulsive is what I'm hearing. Make sure you're sitting with it for a little bit, and then if it dissipates, then it wasn't the right time. If it keeps coming back up, maybe you should reach out. There's an element of if you impulsively feel like reaching out, it may be that you're telepathically picking up on your person about to reach out, and it's on them to reach out, not you. Anything impulsive is probably someone else's intentions, okay? So you may prevent self-sabotage from knowing this. Someone's trying to quickly dispel of anything that's not serving them. They're probably going through hell right now, okay? You brought out the best in this person. This person hasn't seen a certain part of them in a long time. And I think that's how they knew you were the one when you met them. And then they got really scared of losing that particular part of themselves. So they maybe breadcrumbed you because they, like, if they did something, they didn't want to do the wrong thing. But then not doing anything was still the wrong thing. They didn't really trust. It's giving not really trusting your own intuition is what someone in the connection went through. Because there's an element of like self-sabotage and even psychic attack. This person may be really impulsive because they're very energetically sensitive. They could be on the spectrum. They could be one of the tisms. They could be a tism, or however that phrase goes, and they could be LGBTQ plus. They could be ADHD. They could have some sort of like mental or physical disability that makes them a little bit different than others. Maybe some sort of neurodivergent or neurospicy. They're just really different in the way that they operate. This Four of Swords wants to come out again. We have the Sun. The Sun with the Six of Coins. There is an energy of reciprocity that's wanting to come forward. Maybe you rebalanced their give and take, because they may have this connection may have had issues with equal give and take. And so if you were the giver, this person wants to give back to you once they have their ducks in a row, of course. So the timing of it may not be immediate from when you get this reading, but this person has some sort of betrayal and backstabbing and baggage to sort through as well. So until they go through that journey, like that's the types of things that are getting in the way. It's like backstabbing, betrayal. Maybe they've been avoiding seeing it. Someone's been avoiding a connection because there is betrayal that they don't want to face, and it's giving, now that they've met you, they're willing to face it and get it out of the way. Like, it's giving sorting through the options and seeing if they actually are options. Maybe they have always been just like, they've always just been there, but they weren't fully explored before. So someone's fully exploring other connections in order to know if it's really going to be you at the end of the day, or at the end of it all. But I'm hearing you're the person, this person thinks of you at the beginning and at the end of every day. This person doubts the way that they are experiencing this connection. They're doubting it, or they're scared of it, so they're running away from it and going towards everything that was before you, because those options were quote unquote safe. They're safe because he or she has not explored them to the extent of seeing that they would be like non-beneficial, that it was ego based, right? And it's giving when it's like partially fulfilling. And as this person pays attention to themselves and their problems and solving their problems and getting things out of their way, they're going to see how half empty or partially fulfilling things are. Like this person, these options that happened before you, is essentially like, imagine, we're going to go with percentages here. So if this person loved themselves at 10%, they attracted someone who was only 10% fulfilling. Okay. And then as they moved forward in their journey, maybe they started loving themselves at 25%. So then they attracted in someone who's 25% fulfilling. And this person needed 100% fulfillment. So it's like, so 10% plus 25%, that's 35% fulfillment. So they kept seeking more. Let me go for, maybe another 20%. Maybe they went through something and their self-love went to 20% instead of 25%. So then they attracted someone who is fulfilling at 20%. So now it's 55% fulfilling, and just like so on and so forth. Then they had to have all these options around them that equated to 100% eventually, and they felt like they needed all these options to be 100%. I'm starting to get the sniffles. So it's like this person has things to say to you because they've never experienced someone who had 100% with themselves. You are a source of inspiration for this person. You are the one for this person because the universe orchestrated for the connection, one person in the connection to not be ready and the other to be ready, in order to just sort of, depending on the journey, is giving one out of the two was not going to do anything or go anywhere until their person came in, because they weren't seeing their lessons. They weren't awakened. They weren't spiritually awakened in their journey. They don't have the tools. So the universe needed to use you as motivation and inspiration and a role model of some sort. And I know it's not easy to have had your person mess up in the connection from not knowing better, or it's just giving this person needed you. You may not need them, but they need you. And that may also be part of the problem of the connection, is they want to feel needed. versus you want to feel wanted, or flip it, however it is. It's giving the feelings mutual, but the placement's a little bit off. Yeah, there's a lot of misplaced energy too. Like this person may have unresolved things, and then they're placing it on you versus going to those things and solving those things, or getting the answers that they need from those things. So for example, I'd been sharing, when you meet your person, you're going to be sharing stories, right? And it may get really triggering, and it may get really, you may have to reopen wounds and things. It's giving, when you share your story, you may realize that you are putting the energy on them instead of fixing the problem with the original problem that existed. Like, it's giving someone who gossips or complains about somebody, it's giving red flag. Okay, because like, why aren't they bringing it to the source? Why are they telling you about it instead of doing more to fix it? So it's giving release, though. Some things can't be changed. Some things are learned behaviors too, like something to do with coping mechanisms. Like maybe if you got to know this person's parents or their family dynamic, or if you just got to know their story, you would be able to see why they are the way they are. And it wouldn't be so hard to show up for your person, or it might not be so hard for your person to show up for you. Because it's giving, try to understand your person and not just judge them based off of how, like, accept them for who they are and love them anyway. We have 2 queens here, one in reverse and one upright. So it's giving this person may be letting go of a queen that they chose. And I say queen, it doesn't have to be female, but a person that they chose based off of attraction versus because... Okay, let me backtrack. This person was shallow before, and they used to use ego-based reasons for attraction. Like they were attracted because maybe someone had money, someone had the looks, someone had the fame or skill sets that they want, and then it's giving, being attracted to those things is normal. Okay, it could be because you're like searching for your special person who has similar qualities. So you might be confused of like, so if your special person is a singer, you might be attracted to singers. If your person is very physically attractive, you're going to be attracted to people who are physically attractive. You know, like you're going to intuitively know what qualities your person has. But it's like the emotional connection, the spiritual connection, that's what's new here for this person. This person's never really experienced a spiritual connection or an emotional connection before. It's always been ego-based and not based off their emotions. It's giving their emotions were shut off as well. And so when you turned on this person's emotions, their feelings towards other things turned back on, and it's giving too much. It's giving, they thought that the too much part was coming from you, but it's really just giving things that they had ignored all this time. And then they realize, oh, how did I let myself like go, or how did I let my life fall apart? And it's because they weren't intuitively, if they turned off their emotions, their intuition wasn't really working, was it? So yeah, this person's switching gears with like what attracts them about a person. And it's giving you're probably not their normal type either, okay? With the Four of Cups and the High Priestess, it's giving you're not the type, you're not their type because you are the one, okay? If there's only one of you, there's not going to be anyone else like you. So, yeah, I'm going to leave the reading here, and I hope this helped. I'll see you next time. This was Magic with Melly.